We're constantly told to avoid suspicious links and attachments, those enticing yet dangerous gateways to malware and phishing scams. It's a mantra we've all heard countless times. But what if you could be hacked, completely and utterly compromised, without clicking anything at all? Without even opening an email or visiting a website? Enter zero-click exploits, attacks that infect your device automatically, silently installing malicious software, with no action required from you, no accidental clicks, no downloaded files, nothing. These attacks exploit flaws, often deeply hidden, in how apps handle data, the very code that makes our devices function. They can leverage seemingly harmless features like message previews or file thumbnails, those automatically generated images that give us a quick peek at a document, making them nearly invisible, operating in the background without any user interaction. Imagine receiving a text message, a simple SMS, and before you even see it, before you even unlock your phone is compromised. Zero-click attacks bypass human error, that moment of hesitation or caution we might have, targeting vulnerabilities in software instead. They exploit weaknesses in the code itself. For cybercriminals, this means no need for elaborate phishing tricks, just a vulnerable app and a specially crafted file, designed to trigger the exploit. For us, it means traditional security habits aren't enough. Relying solely on avoiding suspicious links is no longer sufficient. Attacks can happen the moment a file appears in a folder, automatically downloaded without your knowledge, or an email lands in your inbox, even before you open it. High-profile targets, journalists handling sensitive information, executives managing company secrets, activists organizing movements, are especially at risk, making them prime targets for sophisticated attackers. As these attacks can silently access messages, reading your private communications, cameras and more, turning your device into a surveillance tool. Zero-click exploits are now a favorite tool for espionage and data theft, used by nation-states and sophisticated criminal organizations, fundamentally changing the rules of digital defense. To stay safe in this evolving landscape, we must look beyond what we click, beyond the obvious threats, and focus on the hidden processes running on our devices, the silent activities that could betray us. RenderShock represents a particularly insidious type of cyber threat. It's classified as a zero-click vulnerability, meaning it requires absolutely no user interaction to activate. This vulnerability cleverly turns file previews, a seemingly innocuous feature we all rely on daily, into a potent weapon for malicious actors. The danger lies in how your computer handles the generation of thumbnails or previews. This process often relies on shared software libraries, which are essentially sets of pre-written code. If these shared libraries contain flaws or vulnerabilities, a simple preview operation can inadvertently trigger the execution of malicious code, leading to system compromise. The truly alarming aspect is that you don't even have to open the file itself. Simply viewing it within a folder or even in an email preview pane can be sufficient to initiate the attack. The vulnerability is triggered by the mere act of the system attempting to display a preview. RenderShock's reach isn't confined to a single application. Its impact is far more widespread. It has the potential to affect any program that utilizes the vulnerable library, spanning from basic file browsers to sophisticated cloud sync tools that automatically generate previews of your files. Attackers are known to conceal malicious code within seemingly harmless files, such as PDFs, images, or even video files. This embedded code is designed to execute as soon as a preview is generated by the system. To the unsuspecting user, all that's visible is a normal, harmless-looking thumbnail. They remain completely unaware that their system is silently being compromised in the background, without any overt signs of intrusion. This type of attack cleverly leverages the convenience features we've come to expect, turning our everyday actions into potential security risks. RenderShock serves as a stark reminder of how zero-click attacks can exploit the very automated features designed to make modern computing more user-friendly and efficient. RenderShock specifically targets core features of common systems. This includes vulnerabilities across Windows, macOS, and other operating systems. On Windows, the preview pane and the built-in search indexer can be exploited to trigger attacks. This can happen just by displaying a file's thumbnail without even opening the file. macOS's Quick Look feature is similarly vulnerable. In fact, previewing a file with the spacebar can inadvertently launch an exploit. Email clients like Microsoft Outlook and Mozilla Thunderbird auto-preview attachments, effectively making your email inbox a potential and easily accessible attack vector. Even cloud services like Dropbox, Google Drive, and Microsoft OneDrive, generate previews that could potentially spread malicious files to other users, or even compromise entire servers. Even antivirus software, ironically, can be tricked if it relies on flawed rendering libraries for scanning files. The widespread use of all of these features ultimately makes RenderShock a significant threat to nearly everyone. A RenderShock attack begins not with a bang, but with a whisper. It starts with a carefully crafted file, meticulously designed to exploit a specific flaw within a rendering library. These libraries, essential for displaying images and videos, can become unwitting gateways for malicious code. The attacker then disguises the file, making it appear as a normal, harmless item, perhaps a document, an image, or even a video file. The key is embedding malicious code discreetly within its structure, hidden from plain sight. Delivery is deceptively simple, often through a phishing email, a seemingly innocent download, or a file automatically synced to your cloud storage without your direct interaction. And here's the terrifying part: you don't even need to open the file. Just previewing it, or even simply having it indexed by your operating system, can be enough to trigger the exploit and unleash the malicious payload. Once activated, the code establishes a foothold deep within your system, often downloading additional malware components or installing a remote access tool, granting the attacker complete control. From there, the attacker can steal sensitive data, deploy ransomware to encrypt your files, or move laterally across your network, infecting other machines and expanding their reach. All of this unfolds silently, often with no visible signs of compromise, making it incredibly difficult to detect. Within organizations, even a single infected machine can quickly escalate into a full-scale data breach, crippling operations and causing significant financial damage. Because the attack is invisible, requiring no direct user interaction beyond simply having the file present, it's frequently detected far too late, after significant damage has already been done. RenderShock is a silent, persistent, and insidious threat, capable of devastating individuals and companies alike, highlighting the critical need for robust cybersecurity measures. RenderShock attacks hide in everyday file types: 3D models, videos, audio, documents, and images. Complex formats like DEF-BX, OBJ, or STL are prime targets, as their rendering libraries are less scrutinized. Malicious code can also be hidden in video or audio files, exploiting bugs in codecs when previews are generated. Even common formats like PDFs or JPEGs can be weaponized through flaws in metadata or embedded fonts. Specialized files, CAD, Photoshop, archives, are also at risk if the system tries to preview their contents. Attackers constantly search for new vulnerabilities, so any previewable file could be dangerous. Avoiding certain file types isn't enough. A deeper defense is needed. Detecting RenderShock is tough. Traditional antivirus often misses it because the exploit file itself isn't a known virus. Instead, security teams look for unusual system behavior after the attack, like File Explorer launching unexpected processes or strange network connections. Endpoint detection and response (EDR) tools monitor for these anomalies in real time. Network analysis helps spot suspicious outbound traffic, such as connections to unknown servers or unusual data transfers. Establishing a baseline of normal activity makes it easier to catch deviations. Log analysis and proactive threat hunting are key. Analysts search for signs like rendering library crashes or scripts running from odd locations. This approach assumes a breach may have already happened, so it's about finding hidden threats. Sophisticated attacks like RenderShock require advanced, vigilant monitoring to catch. You can reduce your risk from RenderShock with a few practical steps. Disable file previews in Windows by setting File Explorer to show icons, not thumbnails, and turning off preview handlers. On macOS, avoid using Quick Look on files from unknown sources. In email clients, turn off the reading pane to prevent automatic attachment previews. Keep your operating system and all applications, especially those handling complex files, fully updated. Enable automatic updates to get security patches as soon as they're released. Use modern security tools like EDR and monitor for unusual activity. Remember, zero-click attacks can strike without warning, so proactive defense is essential. The settings you change today could protect your digital life tomorrow.